Was the FBI one classified?
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
So obviously you can't talk about what was said inside. Can you give us what was the nature of why we wanted to have these different than what we previously had?
We learned that the FBI does have it's a very small office that's researching this topic, and so we reached out to them. They were very open to demonstrating in Congress, and honestly, of all the people that we've talked with, all the meetings we've had, they are the most professional and brought quite a bit to the meeting. So I was extremely impressed.
So you felt like you got more from them in terms of their investigative chops on the topic than you've gotten from Arrow in the past?
For the most part. I mean, it's because I think that they're getting caught up. And what was interesting is that the things that they were showing us are different than the videos that I've seen Arrow.
Okay, so they have different material.
They have different material.
Huh.
And which begs the question: Are they working together? And I don't know how well they're working together.
We don't have an answer to that question.
Well, and that's so curious. At the end of last year, FBI, DOJ, and Border Patrol testified in front of Homeland Security, and they said, under oath, we have no fucking idea what any of this stuff up and down the East Coast is.
Right.
And that's where I'm curious if higher ups at DOJ are talking to this office.
To me, that's what the FBI is focused on, is like national security. They want to make sure that whatever these things are, that they're not China, they're not Russia, that they are, or a threatening, and they're sticking within the United States, the purview of the United States.
Yeah.
So if it's something's violating our airspace and violating laws, they have a responsibility. They showed us a list of the different agencies and what authorities they have, and that kind of became clear because Arrow has really only on the list. Arrow only had 2, and the FBI they check all the boxes.
Interesting.
Other than the 2 that Arrow has. So that Arrow has funding for this specifically, but yet the FBI has all the resources. They have all this. Anyway, that's the argument that they were making. You send somebody in the field, and then there's then the FBI is going to.
I'm just working on my balance.
So when somebody reports to the field office to the FBI and they say, hey, there's some strange object that's floating over the pond behind my house, then the FBI is going to send people in, investigate it, and at the end of the day, so there's a team that then follows up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very X-Files, like reminiscent of X-Files. To be honest.
Yeah. How are their clothes?
What?
Did they have cool suits on?
They look like FBI agents.
The essential question.
Right? They're all buttoned up. But at the end of the day, they send somebody in the field, and then there's a very small team, the way they described it, that can go out and research this. And they've actually these guys, they've had people on the team actually see objects.
Interesting.
Let me ask.
Is anyone asking the FBI about the crash retrieval stuff?
We did.
Besides you today?
We did today. They have not had...
Was that
so
luminary?
both Arrow and the FBI have not had any direct connection to any hard, material, bodies, anything like that. All of that is it is basically people's work.
Okay. It's just no one says they've seen any hard evidence.
Let me ask the flip side of his earlier question. As you're going down with your investigation, are you kind of realizing Arrow's kind of powerless because they're only as good as the top brass is going to allow them to be?
Yeah, and I think that what we've learned from David Grush in our meeting with Arrow is that Arrow's focus on DOD and defense and those agencies and what can be reported to Congress, but a lot of this is at the White House level, which is there's programs that are not required to report to Congress.
Interesting. But you guys are dialoguing with them through Tulsi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, brother.
No, Is there a chance that they get in a skiff with you too? DNI folks or something?
Or are you guys done with skiffs? You gonna have this party in the open?
it's not-
Skiffs are so 2024. Skiffs are so 2024.
Right. No, we're not done. We're going to keep going.
And why is that?
Is there any chance that you get the White House folks to
Is this the car?
Yeah, I say.
Is this the car?
This is the car right here.
Okay.
Yep. His name's Chris.